The Gaza Strip, sandwiched between Israel and the Mediterranean Sea, is just 45 kilometres long and 6 wide. It's one of the most densely populated areas of the world. Over 1 million Palestinians live here. Most are refugees. Their parents or grandparents were forced to abandon their homes in 1948 when Israel moved in. Throughout the year 2000, the Camp David final peace talks between the Palestinians and Israelis limped along. In August, they finally broke down. Tensions rose, and in September, a provocative visit to the Al-Aqsa Mosque sparked the second Palestinian Intifada, or uprising. Gaza's always been hemmed in, surrounded by Israel. Under the iron grip of the Israeli Defense Force, it's become a virtual prison. No one is allowed in or out without their permission. Gaza is under siege.
Europe victimized the Jews. They were in the Auschwitz. Of course, that's terrible. But in the same time, when they decided to flee, they came to this safe place called Palestine. But the fact they came to Palestine, they victimized another people.
The Palestinians claim that there are 4 million Palestinian refugees. If Israel were to absorb only a part of it, this would obviously bring the end of a political entity called Israel. And therefore, this amounts to committing suicide.
Erez checkpoint, the only route out of Gaza to Israel. A year ago, 25,000 Palestinians would file through this tunnel early every morning to work in Israeli industries. Their income, a lifeline for these refugees. But since the start of the Intifada, Israel's shut its gates to all these workers. Shati camp in the north of Gaza houses more than 74,000 refugees. It's one of 9 refugee camps in the Gaza Strip. Reyidh Taramzi was born here. He's one of the 25,000 workers who've lost their jobs in Israel because of the Israeli clampdown. Now he can't support his family.
Since September last year, we haven't been able to get to work. You could say everybody is in the same situation. People are struggling from these things, such as not being able to work or get a job. Do you understand me? Life without work has no taste.
Reyidh and his wife Sabah live in this 2-roomed house with their 7 children. Before, the family could just about survive on Riyadh's weekly pay packet from Israel. Now, life is becoming daily more and more difficult. They're like thousands of refugee families in Gaza.
First of all, we haven't paid the electricity bill because we haven't any money to pay it. We can't pay for water, health insurance. Also, we can't pay the telephone bill. We can't pay anything. I mean, the situation is disastrous. Not just for me, but for everyone. Really, I've borrowed over $3,000, and that's not counting the bills. This means that in 2 years' time, I can't repay this loan. If this goes on, no one will be able to repay 1 shekel.
This is Riyadh's younger brother. He works in the market. He is supporting his and Riyadh's family. He gives Riyadh's children pocket money and brings them from the market and buys them a sack of flour. What more can I say?
Riyadh's son-in-law Ramadan used to work as a plasterer in Gaza, but now he's lost his job too because of Israel's stranglehold over the local economy.
What have you been doing?